1. Hello and welcome to the MegaMonsterCast. For today, we are talking about Godzilla Singular Point, Episode 9. I am Nick, with me is
Yeah.
Josh.
Hello.
Um, this episode picks up on a couple of things that were set up last episode. Specifically, we get the re-emergence of Godzilla.
After he cocooned himself
hmm And a,
like a moth.
yes, because he's secretly Mothra. No, this is also a lot
Within the story.
closer to a more traditional Godzilla design than the
Still,
last one. I, not a great one, but
yeah,
closer. Like,
goddamn chipmunk cheeks.
yeah, like there's elements to this that I like. Like, I actually think the tail is really good. I think a lot of the body works. It's the coloration and the head that are my big sticking points.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing we only get this coloration in this first segment that we see him.
hmm this is also the follow-up to the Kamunga's episode. So last time we got a bunch of giant spiders showing up. We're gonna get the resolution to that for the most part in this episode. For the most part.
Yeah.
We also
Also,
go for it.
I don't know if it's on your side or mine, but you're frozen for me.
That is definitely on your side. You are coming through fine on my side, so. Also, I was just
Alright.
kind of sitting, relaxed, lounged.
Oh yeah, I heard just complete robotic.
Ah. Okay, but yeah. So we get the follow-up to our giant spider dilemma.
Which I hopefully they just kill them all.
Hmm. We also get a lot of viscous fluids coming out of our Godzilla, which I feel like they kind of skipped out on putting money towards that. Like it doesn't. Most of the kaiju stuff in this show looks really good, but like the liquid coming out of its mouth looks kind of bad.
Yeah. Also, what the fuck? They could have done something with this
hmm
different than just making the spiders, just grow liquids. I don't fucking know. I know it's supposed to be like part of the singular points and shit,
hmm
like a mutation, but
Which I mean, we also kind of get that with
that's so
Godzilla.
stupid. Yeah, because we'll later get a missile shot and he just shoots out some goo.
Is that later? That's earlier in this episode for me. Are we watching two different cuts? Because like that's within the first 5 minutes we get that.
I honestly already forgot it happened in the first 5 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, like
I
all the
remember.
Godzilla stuff, they front load. So we get like it getting the bomb dropped on it, it stopping the second bomb, all like real quick after we get this new form.
Honestly, this liquid could have been so much better if they would have just, had the balls to have it all come out of them and then form Hedera.
Honestly, again, that would have been the right way to go about it. I think that would have been a lot cooler.
Yeah, I mean, hell, they teased it there for a second in the last episode.
hmm Yeah, there's. I'm not gonna say like this show doesn't do. It does some things right and it misses the mark on some things, and I mean that just happens with everything. But I don't know. I don't know. We also get some military jargon shit, which have we gotten the military people we get in this episode before?
I don't remember them until this episode.
Yeah, I think this is the first introduction of them, but again, by this point, like we're so far in, they're not going to really be important characters. Even if they do
No.
important things, they're not really characters. They're just plot points now. Yeah, and then we get the cool Jet Jaguar smashing some bugs scene.
Yeah, with a stick.
Yep, it's fucking Monster Hunter rules. Made that weapon out of a monster, and now it's gonna use it.
Oh no. He's using a bug glaive, isn't he?
He is using the bug glaive.
Oh
He's not a
no.
hammer bro at all. He doesn't know how to
I'm
bonk.
for all you out there. I'm the hammer bro.
I need to play the new one still. Anyway,
It's super
talk about
fun.
that at another point.
We'll do it for stream.
I mean, if we can get Alex to do it and convince Scott, I'd be down to do a 4-man Monster Hunter stream.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get some.
The hell is that?
This episode and the next episode get real heavy into like the techno jargon too, because that's kind of what the show is now building towards. Are like it's clearly one big like multiverse time travel show,
Yeah.
and we get some hints at what that means
I,
in
I,
this
I,
episode and the next episode. But again, I think it's I appreciate what they're trying to do, but I think it's not especially well
done
done.
properly.
Like the idea of doing like a multiverse story, I can respect their desire to do that. It's just a weak direction they're taking it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Fully agree there.
Yeah. So let's see some other things that we get. Um, we get some more interactions between like the Jet Jaguar crew. And they're trying to save the people from the spider webs now. And I would say
My
that's,
worst nightmare.
yep, it is Josh's worst nightmare.
Ugh.
Mix that in with a lot of techno jargon bullshit about the singular points, and that they're trying to make essentially something to calculate it slash send information back through time to it.
Are we gonna get a Back to the Future plot line?
We are gonna. I mean, they've been hinting at. I think a little bit in this episode and more in the next episode. They hint at a bootstrap paradox,
Mm-hmm.
and that like, oh, we'll get the information before we've asked the question. I think that gets played up more. I
So
can't-
what you're saying, we're gonna get fucking plot armor.
mhm. Oh, 100%. We also spend a good. I'm checking out how long we spend on the. Yeah, we get like over 3 minutes, like probably 4 minutes of this episode just dedicated to like the sci-fi elements. Well, the hard sci-fi elements of like the time travel, the super calculator, all this other stuff that
It,
is interesting if you were writing like just a time travel movie, but because it's a Godzilla show, it's kind of stealing thunder from Godzilla, which has been a
yeah.
problem.
You know what did a better time traveler slash Godzilla? Godzilla versus King Ghidorah from '91.
Fair.
That's the singular point we deserve.
Yep. We're just gonna. The show's just the last episode is just that movie instead.
Fucking would have been great. Would have improved the shit out of this show.
Yep. No, it doesn't even like doesn't. I would actually kind of love it if like the entire show is just trying to set up that one movie and then the movie just happens at the end.
Oh, that would have been fucking great, honestly.
That would have been kind of fun.
You just see her go back in time and then boom.
Yeah, but instead we get a bunch of flowery speech about time travel and about Godzilla and that the catastrophe is coming, and it's not particularly interesting.
Yeah, no.
Again, like there's some cool stuff here, but the problem is it's trying to spin too many plates at once, and I feel like this plot line doesn't fit with the rest of it as well as it could, which I think is
Uh,
kind of what I'm coming to a conclusion on this show is just like each plot line deserves to be its own separate thing instead of being a part of this show. Like the Jet Jaguar team just going out and dealing with kaiju should be its own show.
Yeah,
This
they attempted way too much.
mhm. Yeah, like this really interesting speculative sci-fi story should just be its own movie or show. Like every one of these things has potential and should be its own separate thing because they clearly want to do as much as possible with each story and they don't want to relegate it to like an episode just dedicated to that. So just make a story about each one of these.
There's a fucking spider on my ceiling.
I know, like we spent most of this episode on I'd say like probably a third of this episode is just dedicated to like the the scientists and their speculative sci-fi thing, which is again interesting. It's just not the most engaging part of this. I feel like it's kind of being influenced by other things that were popular before this. Like I haven't watched it, but I know Steins Gate was really popular before this, and that dealt with time travel too. I
Yeah,
feel like it wants to do that too, and it's just taking things that are popular at the time and doing those with them. Which, again, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world to do, but when you're just trying to take everything and throw it at the wall, it can either be really good or really bad. And in this case, some of it's really good and some of it's really bad. Again, I'd say everything with the Jet Jaguar team this episode is really, really good. Especially the part where they kill all the giant spiders with fire, like Josh wanted.
oh, it's so satisfying
hmm
watching.
And then like we're starting to get storylines tied in a little more tightly, like the one government official guy is kind of tied in with the scientist story now, and all like the government official stuff is starting to get tied in with their story, but that also kind of leaves the Jet Jaguar team's story off on its own, which is weird considering that's the most central to the action. And we get some action in this episode, especially with the Black Rodan,
Yeah, the fully grown one.
hmm which is sick as fuck. But like, this is this the first time that outside of like maybe the first couple of episodes that our researcher has dealt with a kaiju directly?
Yes.
So we're in episode 9, we're over halfway, and this is the first time since the start of the show where she has had to deal with kaiju in a kaiju show, despite the fact that she's one of the main characters and is in all the promotional art and is clearly supposed to be like one of the two leads of the show.
Yeah. And then we get one of our lead characters just dying.
Yeah,
Sorry, but
yeah,
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saving. I'm not saving this. Uh, a a cat like that.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, I get why she wanted to, but at the same point in time, like,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
understand. But there's a flying fucking dragon coming your way.
Hmm.
I'm so fucking paranoid.
Yeah, I don't know, there's not a whole lot else to talk about in this episode other than like it's really clear that the part that's thinking is one story
Mm-hmm.
and the part that's action is the other story. And now they're starting to try to give more action to the thinking side, but it's just not doing enough in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you have any final thoughts on this one? Because again, there's like cool stuff happens, but it boils down to like spider fight, and that's about it.
Yeah, and honestly, what I have on this for the final shots, Jet, Jet Jaguar should have died there,
Yeah.
but no, we get some like plot armor bullshit where it jumps onto a boat that it clearly would have sank because it's 3 times its size.
Hmm.
But this final shot of it, them just going into the distance. Yeah, no, like they literally just showed a shot, and the boat is tipped like this in the water.
Hmm.
It's going down.
Yeah.
Jaguar should have died.
I think
Fighting off and keeping everybody safe from the fucking spiders. But
yeah. I agree with you, and I think maybe like this next episode should have been more like I mean like we've rebuilt Jaguar once already. Like just
yeah,
do another rebuild.
yeah. I mean, they had the consciousness. Like I would have been fine with them rebuilding them
Hmm.
and rebuilding them better.
Yep. Like honestly, that's kind of what should have happened throughout this show. Is Jaguar should be like rebuilt a few
Yeah.
times in order
Hmm.
to progress.
I hope you know you're completely frozen for me. I can't hear a
Cool.
single word you're saying.
So I'm 100% certain that's on your side because I'm getting you perfectly. Anyway,
Yeah.
tune in next time where we talk about episode 10. Bye bye.
Bye. Did any of what I